Hello guys, welcome back to Ansarkari and I hope that you all must be doing fine. So in this video, we are going to do the analysis for the newspaper for 29th of January 2023. So the first article is regarding the Sundarban temples which is getting eroded because of sea winds. So Archaeological Survey of India plans to replace the damaged bricks and plant more trees as a protective barrier, and you can have a look at the picture at Jatardeol, which is located in West Bengal, and it is 11th century Shiv temple in South 24 Parganas. So it is there in West Bengal, and so basically, as like for protection, so the Archaeological Survey of India plans to take certain measures for that. Then Mughal Gardens have been renamed as Amrit Uddayan. So Rashtrapati Bhavan Gardens, which are popularly known as the Mughal Gardens, they are now renamed as Amrit Uddayan, and these were designed by Edwin Lutyens. And the main garden, it has two channels intersecting at the right angles, dividing the garden into grid of 4 squares. So it has been designed as a charbagh. So which is a typical characteristic of the Mughal landscaping, and it is designed in the Persian or the Mughal style. Then some islands are sinking in Kerala, and obviously it is because of climate change, melting ice, and rising sea water level. So majorly it is because of the anthropogenic interventions, as they are the main reason for this plight. And the islands, they are facing steady land subsidence, tidal flooding, and lower agricultural productivity, which is why more and more people are moving out of certain these islands. And some, like when we talk about what can be the remedial steps that can be taken for reducing this impact on certain islands in Kerala. So the first one is reverse landscaping, so which is a plan which integrates all the aspects of the earth and the social sciences so as to retrieve the landscape's original geomorphic state. And we also have Ashtamudi Lake, which is located in Kerala around these islands, which is an important tourist destination. So we need a sustainable management plan for that lake as well. And it is a Ramsar listed wetland also. So this becomes important for prelims. And second remedial step can be replacing the current construction methods with the well studied engineering techniques. And thirdly, we can have artificial sedimentation. So right now 39% of the land area, it has been lost within these two islands. You can have a look at their names, and you should be aware about their names as well. Now, looking at a case study, which is regarding increasing the farmers' income. So this comes from the Bikaner district in Rajasthan. So there, the collector he basically implemented a soil campaign which was launched, and basically it focused more on soil health management and crop diversification. And as a result, it was witnessed that within 6 months, the farmers' income, it increased by 40%. And the abhiyan was named as Mati Abhiyan. So Mati means soil. So under this campaign, we can say every farmers, or on the basis of what are the challenges being faced by every farmer, an individual plan was devised on the basis of whatever were the challenges, whatever was the quality of soil. So this is, we can say, it resulted into such important results and such substantial and important results. And also farmers, they have adopted modern technology under it, and it was promoted that agriculture should be seen as an entrepreneurship. So all these things were promoted, and we saw that their income has increased by 40%. So we can understand this, or you can cite such case studies in the backdrop of government also had a target of doubling the farmers' income. That too, it was approximately, we can say, within 4 5 years, but here we are seeing results within 6 months. So that is there. Then GACs, they are going to handle the complaints regarding the social media firms from 1st of March. So GACs, which is the grievance appellate committees, they have been constituted. 3 such committees have been constituted by the government, and The ministry regarding this is obviously Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So these panels are expected to create a culture of responsiveness amongst the platforms towards the consumers, and each of this committee will be headed by a chairperson. There will be two whole-time members from various government entities and retired senior executives from the industry for a term of 3 years. And these committees are they're completely going to be online, like a platform has been created, so they will operate only online and digitally. So that is there, and users, they will have the option to appeal against the decision of the grievance officer or the social media intermediaries and other online intermediaries before this new appellate body, and committee will endeavor to address the user's appeal within a period of 30 days. So these are some important details regarding these grievance appellate committees. Then a petition has been filed in the Supreme Court. Basically, Supreme Court has clubbed 17 petition. Sorry, not 17. It received a petition wherein now the Supreme Court is saying that it is important to evolve a mechanism for the citizens to directly move them to the parliament and seek initiation of deliberations on issues which are highlighted by the people. So the petition, it has sought a declaration that it is fundamental right of the citizens under Article 14, 19, and 21 of the Constitution to directly petition the parliament. This is what the petitioner has to say. This is what the plea is saying. And the petitioner also has to say that after elections, like there is certain kind of gap that exists between the citizens and the government. So the absence of this mechanism, which is not like present right now, so it creates a void between the elected representatives and the citizens. And once such a mechanism is developed, which we can say creates a link between citizens and the parliament, so obviously citizens would be able to tell the government, uh, they would be easily able to highlight certain issues to the parliament, and later on discussions can be taken up by the parliament, and accordingly steps can be taken up. And noble helen, which is a butterfly, you can see in the picture, it has been spotted in Arunachal Pradesh in the Namdhapa National Park. So this is the very first time that such species of butterfly has been spotted in India, and it is also called swallowtail butterfly. So it is disappearing from its previously known ranges, its habitat from Myanmar, southern China, and Vietnam. And butterflies, they are considered vital indicators of the state of the biodiversity and the key ecosystem functions. So that is also important. And again, Supreme Court, it is pressing on the need for reform on the tedious bail processes. So obviously, right now, firstly, there are a lot of bail petitions that are filed, and secondly, the process is very tedious. So, which is again leading to the judicial pendencies and increasing numbers of under trials in the prisoners. So there is overcrowding of prisons also. So the judge, who is the second most senior judge in the Supreme Court, has to say that unless the government thinks certain out of the box solution for such a situation and it refrains from fighting every case of bail, it could take the court approximately around 300 to 700 years to dispose of the current backlog that is there. So that is the situation right now. And he also says that there are concerns about how almost every case of bail that is being challenged all the way to the Supreme Court, it forms around one third of the cases in the Supreme Court. So that is another thing. And statistics placed before the Supreme Court also indicates that more than two-thirds of the inmates in the prisons, they constitutes under trial prisoners. And in a democracy, there can never be an impression that it is a police state, because obviously under trial population is increasing in the Indian prisons, which is, we can say, in a way, violation of their human rights also. So all this process needs to be reformed from scratch. Then New Delhi, it condemns the Jerusalem attacks. So we know about the situation between West Bank and Israel. So there are certain airstrikes being conducted from both the sides. So New Delhi, it basically India condemned the terror attack in Israel, where a Palestinian gunman, he opened fire and which led to killing of 7 persons. So this has been condemned by India. And coming to the science page, so 90 fossil nests they have, who are belonging to India's largest dinosaurs, they have been uncovered, and researchers they have uncovered around 92 nesting sites containing a total of 256 fossil eggs in central India's Narmada Valley belonging to titanosaurs, which were amongst the largest dinosaurs. So it is a very crucial and important discovery. And so they date back, the fossils they date back to the Cretaceous period, which lasted from about 145 to 66 million years ago. So that is, we can have an estimate about the age of the fossils, and the findings they contribute significantly to paleontologists understanding of how dinosaurs they lived and they evolved. So this is one important thing. And why Supreme Court examining the marriage laws for minors? Like we discussed this topic a few time ago, but again we'll take up today in a little more detailed manner. So Supreme Court is going to take up, it is going to examine whether the minor girls as young as 15 years, whether they can marry on the basis of customs or the personal law. When such marriages they are considered an offense in the statutory law. So here the fight is between statutory laws and the personal laws when it comes to marriage. And the legal age for marriage in India is 18 years for women and 21 years for men. So marriage below this age is considered to be child marriage and hence an offense. So it is an offense to get married under 18 for female and below 21 for men under the statutory law. So in 2017, the Supreme Court had ruled that sexual intercourse by a man with his wife who is below 18 years is a rape, reading down the exception to Section 375 of IPC. So this exception to Section 375, it allowed the husband of a girl child between 15 to 18 to have non-consensual sex with her. But now this is a rape. And so right now, what is the Supreme Court looking at? So a petition was filed by the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights against the recent order by the Punjab and Haryana High Court, which said that a girl on attaining puberty or age of 15 years or above could be married on the basis of Muslim personal law, irrespective of the POXO Act. So this is a concern, and this is what the petition was like detailed about. It was about this thing. And after that, Supreme Court had said that this High Court order of Punjab and Haryana High Court, it would not act as a judicial precedent for other courts. So this thing is going to be taken up by the Supreme Court right now. And also a recent like amendment bill of 2021, it has sought to amend the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act of 2006 to increase the minimum age of marriage from women from 18 to 21 years, but right now it is in the form of bill only. It was referred to a parliamentary standing committee, and still the report is yet to be published, or it is yet to be submitted. And another petition was filed by the National Commission for Women to make the minimum age of marriage for Muslim women or par with the persons belonging to other faiths also. So this is one more petition. And under the Muslim personal law in India, persons who attain puberty, they are eligible to get married, that is on attaining the age of 15 years, while they are still minors. So this is, we can say, there is certain kind of discrepancy, discretion between the Muslim personal law and personal laws of other faiths and religions. So right now, like recently, we also saw that Assam government, it has also announced that men who will be marrying minor girls, they would be booked under the stringent laws prescribing imprisonment of 2 years or life. And talking about the situation of child marriage in India, so analysis of the child marriage in India based upon the census 2011 by Young Lives India and NCPCR. In June 2017, it identified nearly 70 districts spread across 13 states. So these 13 states, they are majorly, we can say, northeastern and from the central India, which where we see that a high number of child marriages are there. So it includes Assam, Bihar, Gujarat, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. So where we see prevalence of child marriage, it is little higher compared to other states in India. So talking about what can be or what are the effects of early marriage for specifically for girls. So girls who get married before turning into adults, they lack reproductive choices, and they were denied a host of other rights, which includes their educational rights, autonomy, and often a lack of livelihood opportunities. So this is one impact. And with 59% of the Indian girls in 15 to 19 age, they also suffer from anemia, and this is majorly because of early childbearing. That could result into anemia, it could result into poor health of child, and also nutritional status also. So, which is we also saw that it is one of the reasons for maternal mortality and infant mortality also. So health experts, they tie this maternal health to another crucial factor also, that is education. So if a girl is like educated properly and then she's married, so this makes a difference when it comes to the education and health of child and also of the family also. So while girls, they continue to be married off early for a variety of reasons, those that had completed the school, they seem to be making the radical decision to have only one child. So when even in terms of population, like obviously these things have a certain kind of impact also. So these are certain effects or impacts of early marriages. And recently, the president of Egypt was the chief guest at Republic Day celebration. So he came to power in Egypt in 2013 through a coup. So he is trying to build a careful balance between the West and the East. So while keeping the country under his tight control. And when we talk about balancing between countries like USA, China, and then also involving India. So that's how he's proceeding, and we do not have anything important to be discussed from the business page. So here we also saw that Leopard 2 tanks that belong to the country of Germany, and Germany it has agreed to provide these tanks to Ukraine, apart from certain tanks from US as well. So the situation is going to be escalated further when it comes to Russia-Ukraine war, and obviously the global challenges would be there. Situation would be uncertain and volatile. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining Ansarkari. You'll get the PDF link in the description box. Do not forget to like this video, share it as much as possible, and subscribe this channel. And see you in the next video.